Hey there, second grade. We are going to be getting started today on page 255. So we're on page 255. Go ahead and start turning there right now. And today we are working on chapter 4, lesson 6, rewriting two-digit subtraction. So we're going to be taking two-digit subtraction problems that are going to be written horizontally. That's what this is when it goes side to side, just like that. But when we do two-digit subtraction, it's a lot easier for us to stack them on top of each other. So we're going to practice that today, rewriting it from horizontal to vertical, which means up and down. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that is going to look like for today, and then we'll dive into our next page. So let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom in here a little closer for us as we take a look at 54 minus 36. And again, if you're not here, turn right now to page 255. When we are doing this, it is very important that we make sure that we line up our place values. So as we are rewriting, we want to line up our place values. They've already got our 1s and 10s written out for us, and they included boxes in case we need to do some regrouping. So I'm actually going to be writing underneath these boxes for my subtraction problem. So I'm going to be writing underneath there for right now. So I'm going to start with my first number. When I read, I always read left to right. When I read a subtraction problem, I always read left to right. So here I've got 54. So I'm going to put a 4 in the 1s place and a 5 in my 10s place. All right, 54 minus, they've already got the subtraction problem over here for me, 36. So a 6 in my 1s place and a 3 in my 10s place. All right, so here we go. We've rewritten it. I made sure I put the same place values, the same numbers in the same place values, and now I can do my subtraction, which we've been practicing. So I'm reading from the top down. So 4 minus 6. Well, 4, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here I have 5, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5 straights. Each straight is worth 10. And then I have 4 over here. So I need 4 minus 6. Well, when I go to cross them off, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't have enough. So I'm going to need to regroup. When I regroup, I'm going to cross off one of my 10s. How many 10s do I now have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my 4 will go up here, and I'm going to cross off the 5. I took 1 away from it, which is why I'm crossing off my 5, and 1 less is going to be 4. Well, that 10 didn't just disappear. I'm breaking it apart into 1s. So over here, I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many 1s do I have altogether? I took my 10 straight and broke it into 10 1s. How many do I now have? Well, here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to put 14 on top and cross off my 4. Now I can solve this problem. So I need to cross off 14 minus 6. So cross off 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Again, that's what we practiced the last few days, regrouping. So that means we took from our 10 and broke it into 1s, and then we can subtract. Well, how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So an 8 goes in my 1s place. And now over here, I've got 4 10s left, and I want to take away 3. I'm not going to worry about this one. I already crossed it off. So I've got these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to cross off 3. So 1, 2, 3. Well, how many 10s do I have left? I've only got 1 10 left. So 54 minus 36 equals 18. So 18 would be my answer. We're going to go through this a little bit slower as we go through our lesson today. So would you please turn to the next page with me? The next page is page 256. And we're going to be picking up here at 256 as we take a look at how to do this again. All right, we're going to rewrite our subtraction problem. So 83 minus 28. Well, my first step is I want to rewrite it. So I need to rewrite 83. So again, I'm going to go underneath my boxes. I don't want to put them in the boxes because if I need to regroup, that's where my regroup new number goes. So I'm putting it under the boxes and I want to add 83. A 3 needs to go in my ones place, and an 8 needs to go in my tens place. Does this number look the exact same as this? Yes, they do. If they don't look the exact same, then I need to go back and double check that. Next, I'm going to write my 28. So I need an 8 in the ones place and a 2 in the tens place. And you should be writing this in with me, again, on page 256. If you're not there, pause the video right now because I want you following along with me. All right. Now that I've done that, I've rewritten my problem so that they're up and down. They are now vertical. Now I can do the subtraction. So 3 minus 8. Well, if I have 3, 1, 2, 3, can I take 8 away? No, my bottom number is bigger than my top number, so that cannot work. Over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I have 8 tens. Well, if I don't have enough ones over here, I need to regroup. So I'm going to cross off one of those. And when I do that, I'm taking one of those tens away. So I'm going to cross off my 8 and put a 7 up here because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left over. This doesn't just disappear. It comes over here. I need to draw 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is my 10. How many ones do I now have altogether? I took my straight and broke it into cubes, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to cross off the 3. I don't just have 3. I now have 13. Well, now that I have 13, I want to cross off 8. So let's do that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I cross those off, I want to now say how many are left. So how many did I not cross off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In my tens place, I'm going to start with 7 and take away 2 more. So let's cross off 1, 2. How many do I have left over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need a 5 in my tens place. So 55 was the answer, okay? This is the same thing we keep practicing. So we're just going to keep retrying it and seeing. If we need to regroup, we take away from our tens and turn them into ones, and then we can solve. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. We're going to do number 1 together. So number 1, I've got 38 minus 19. Zoom in a little bit more for us. All right, 38 minus 19. Well, I start reading left to right, so 38. So I'm going to put a 3 in my tens and an 8 in my ones. And I'm going to minus 19. Minus 19. All right. Well, now that I've done that, now I can start subtracting my ones. 8 minus 9. What is 8 minus 9? Well, if I have 8, can I take 9 away? No. If my bottom number is larger, it does not work. So I need to regroup, which means I need to take one of my tens and break it apart. Every time that we've done this, our original number goes down by 1, and then we put a 10 in front of our ones place. So our 8 went down to 7 because we took 1 away, and our 3 became 13 because we added 10 to it. Well, that's what we're going to do down here as we work on this problem. I'm going to take 1 away from my tens place. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So my 2 will go on top. And over here, I'm going to put a 1 in front of my 8 in my 10 spot. So I've got a 10, and then I have 8 ones, 18. Now that I've done that, now I can subtract. 18 minus 9 is 9. And then I can subtract my tens. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I have 19. Okay. Let's try one more together before I have you try some on your own. Number 2, I've got 42 minus 27. Well, I'm going to start reading left to right. So 42. So I've got a 4 in my tens place and a 2 in my ones place. I've got 27 minus 27, so a 2 in my tens and a 7 in my ones. All right, well, in case you are still wanting to try out drawing your picture, because I still like that method as well, I'm going to draw 2 over here, and I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 over there, because I have 2 ones and I have 4 tens. Well, if I have 2, can I take 7 away? No, 7 is larger than 2. So I need to regroup. So I'm going to take away over here, bring it over, and draw my 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, how many dots do I now have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to cross off my 2 and write 12 on top of it. Over here, I had 4, but I took 1 away. If I take 1 away from my 4, I've got 1, 2, 3 left over. Now I can do my subtraction problem. 12 minus 7. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many did I have left? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need a 5 in my ones place. And over here I have 3, but I want to minus 2 more. I need to take 2 more away. So I'm going to cross off 1, 2. How many are left? 1. So 15 is my answer. All right, I'm going to have you try out numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6 right now on your own. I'm going to have you pause the video, try those out on your own. Once you've solved those 4 problems, press play, and I will walk through how to solve these problems with you. Pause your video right now and do number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. All right, I hope that you paused your video. If not, do that now. We're going to go over numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6 right now. All right, I've got 53 minus 38. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to put a 5 in my tens place and a 3 in my ones place. Next, I've got 38. So I'm going to put a 3 in the tens and an 8 in my ones. Now that I've done that, now I can start subtracting. Well, if I have 3 on top and I need to take 8 away, I don't have enough. So I'm going to need to regroup, which means I'm going to need to take 1 of my tens away. So 5 minus 1 is 4, because I took 1 of those away. Well, that 10 is going to come over right here, and I'm going to bring up my ones place, so I have 13. Well, 13 minus 8, if I start at 13, I'm going to count backwards 8 times. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And all I did was put a dot for every single one of those 8, and I stopped when I got to 8, and I was at 5. Now I have 4 minus 3. Well, 4, and I'm going to count backwards by 3. 4, 3, 2, 1. My answer here would be 15. All right, let's check out number 4. Number 4 is 82 minus 46. So I'm going to put my 8 in the tens place and 2 in the ones place. I'm going to put a 4 in the tens place and a 6 in the ones place. Now that I've done that, now I can get started. Well, if I have 2 and I need to take away 6, I don't have enough. So I'm going to need to regroup. So I go next door to my neighbor and take 1 away from them. So 8 take away 1 is 7. That 1 that I borrowed is going to come over and turn into the 1. So now I have a 10 and 2 more. So now I have a 12. Well, 12, I'm going to count backwards 6 times. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 is how many ones I have. Now I'll go over to my tens place. 7 minus 4, because I got to look at the top. 7 minus 4. Well, I'll start at 7 and count backwards. 6, 5, 4, 3. 7 minus 4 is 3 for 36. All right. If you got either of those wrong, I'm going to ask you to pause and try to check these 2 on your own. If you are right on track with me, then we're going to go ahead and keep on trucking and get through number 5 and number 6. So number 5, I've got 74 minus 38. So I'm going to rewrite 7 goes in the tens place, a 4 goes in the ones place, 3 goes in the tens place, 8 goes in the ones place. 4 minus 8. Well, I can't do that, so I've got to borrow, regroup from next door. I'm going to take 1 away from there, so I've got a 6. That 1 that I took away from there comes over, and I'm going to bring up my 4, so I now have 14. Well, 14 minus 8. Start at 14 and count backwards with me. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So 14 minus 8 is 6. 6 minus 3. Well, if I start at 6 and count backwards 3 times, 5, 4, 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. So I have another 36 there. All right, my last one, number 6. They're trying to trick you on this one. I hope they didn't get you. But let's go ahead and take a look. I've got 60. So that's a 6 in my tens place and a 0 in my ones place. 48. That's a 4 in my tens place and an 8 in my ones place. If I have nothing, can I take anything away from it? No. So I need to regroup. I'll go next door and ask if I can borrow some from there. So 6 take away 1 is 5. But that 1 comes over here. Now what do? This is the part that might trick you. The 0 is what's going to stay in my ones place. So I have 10. Well, 10 minus 8 is 2, and 5 minus 4 is 1. So I have 12. All right? So that's how we're going to solve this. Now, as you go on to your independent practice in just a moment, all right, the independent practice is going to be on the next page. Please remember that you can go back to our guided practice if you forget how to do something. If you were filling this in just like I did, you can go back and check this out. If you're unsure of how we did it, you can rewind this video to go back and try it again. But today we are going to go ahead and pick up here. Our independent practice is on page 257. So page 257. And I want you to do all the problems here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Go ahead and do all of those problems, and we'll go over them tomorrow. For today, have a great rest of the day. Do your independent practice. We'll see you tomorrow.